You are listening to the Jboy Show, your number one source for Auburn and the SEC.
My goal was to run through his soul and grab his heart when I run through his soul.
Kurt, Nate, Coach Staff, those are memories.
I think we've established ourselves as, I think, the premier conference in college football.
Now, the SEC is better at the top. It's better in the middle.
The Southeastern Conference remains the premier conference.
Takes the snap. Looking for the receiver. He's got Lutz and Kirkland. Touchdown, Auburn!
Think about it. It's always been the SEC and everybody else trying to catch it.
I think this is probably the best league from a competitive venue standpoint.
The most capable teams. You just look at those programs, the way they recruit, how they invest.
Snap to Burrow. 3 steps. Fires. Back corner of the end zone. Over the shoulder catch. Did he hold on? He did. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Tiger.
And now, your host, Jboy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special Saturday edition of the Jboy Show. We're joined by one of the top prospects in the country. Just turned the film on. He's a guy that's done everything the right way. He's getting ready to make a decision this Sunday, and that's Terrence Ferguson out of Peach County in Georgia. Terrence, I really appreciate you joining us, bro. How's it going?
Going great.
Yeah, that recruiting process is pretty crazy, man. I know it's winding down for you right now, and you've been through a lot. I mean, is there sometimes where you just got to put the phone down and walk away for a little bit?
Yeah, there is times like that. You got to remember, or the whole time through the process, I had to know early on, just keep this in mind through the whole time, that I'm not recruiting them trying to get them. They're recruiting trying to get me. Yeah. So if it's times like you just can't get to the phone, or, you can always hit them back, get back to them. So just never stress myself out with it.
I think that's a great way to look at it, Terrence. I mean, because, again, you are the one that obviously, has the ability to do something that not a lot of people can do. And when I turn on your film, Terrence, man, you play so hard. You know what I'm saying? The thing I notice about you is you play hard. You're obviously not afraid of contact. Have you always been that way? Is that something you had to kind of learn? Or, I'm sure you were probably a kid that was bigger than most people growing up. I may be wrong, but were you just always as aggressive as you are now?
I wouldn't say that, because I used to be smaller. So I used to be like a quarterback, but it wasn't like the biggest person on the field playing quarterback. Like, I was actually small.
Really?
Yeah.
Like it? I mean, how does it? So, how old were you? Let me ask you, how old were you when you were playing quarterback?
I stopped playing. I started ever since I started 7, I stopped playing quarterback. I could play 12, maybe 11.
Wow. Okay, so you played it. That was kind of your spot growing up a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. So now you go from QB to one of the top overall offensive linemen, in the country. And
yeah.
when you go through that process, Terrence, and it's hard. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they love keeping up recruiting and all this stuff, and it's fun. But, you guys have earned this. It's not, God gave you nice size and athleticism, but you have to grind to get where you are. Can you just talk about just the grind of getting to where you are, becoming the man that you are now, and what it took to put yourself in a position to succeed in life?
I would definitely just say I started off young. If it's not young right now, it's never too late until it is too late. But I started off young, just knowing it takes hard work, having people in front of me I saw do it. So 6th grade, I'm going to the gym with my trainer 5 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
5 in the morning, getting to work in. So it's the mental aspect of it is the most important, because you have to know that it takes hard work before you can just go out there and do 2-3 a day. Because if you don't know why you're doing it, or that that's what it takes, then you're going to be ready to quit.
I love that mindset, Terrence. And again, it's we've had multiple recruits on here, Terrence. I know you guys, kind of keep up with each other, but, there's kind of one solid, common denominator that you guys all have in common. And that's that you guys understand that you have to grind to get where you want, because, there's a lot of great athletes out there running around and that don't go to college, or something happens. And there's a ton of great athletes out there. It takes a special type of person to be able to have the focus that you have and have the ability. So, that's just kudos to you, man. And again, I know you're going to be successful. Football will take you a long way, but I know you got a lot of other stuff going on good for you too, man. And that's just a compliment to you. But I want to talk a little bit about the recruiting process, Terrence. Obviously, everybody's all excited to see where you're going to go, and people think you're going here, people think you're going there. Before you kind of talk about individual schools, I know you said that the recruiting process, you have to figure out that they're recruiting you, not you to them. But has there been either a guy, coach, maybe a school that you kind of just hit it off with off the bat, like just as a person, like personally?
Yeah, I would say just on a connection where I definitely hit it off with mostly all of them on a personal and football aspect, awesome. But that's the quickest. The thing like it's been the longest was Coach Atkins at Florida State. It's a new staff. They just got in there at the beginning of this year. I actually had not been hearing from Florida. I had an offer, but before this staff got there, I wasn't talking to them a lot. So they were trying to get me down. They were trying to get me down for a visit. I was like, my process, like, I was like, nah, I don't even want to go. But I ended up going. I had a great time on the visit, loved the staff, and ever since then, that was back in like February. So
okay, so a little bit ago. Yeah,
but so Corona happened. I never got to get back down there, but me and Coach Atkins built a great bond. So.
Well, that's awesome, man, and that's part of the recruiting that you're putting in hours, getting to know people, and you really get to know them. You know what I'm saying? You talk enough to these guys, you really kind of get to know them. And let me ask you, speaking of Florida State, obviously they're a team that's in it here at the end. Did them getting a new staff? I know you said you hit it off with them, but did it put them behind the 8 ball compared to Alabama and Georgia a little bit, or is it something where that's not really a factor for you because they weren't there?
I mean, I would say. It put them behind a little bit just off a relationship, but it just that turns personal, like not on my part, but on your part. Like you as a person, can you build a relationship in 6 months with somebody and cover as much ground as somebody did over 2 years? So it's just how much you want that relationship,
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, because I mean you can extend yourself as a coach a little bit and try and make up that ground. It's possible. I think that's a great point. And now moving on, you got 2 other schools. People, you know how it goes, man. You grew up in SEC country, so it's Bama, Georgia. You know how that goes. What is it like to be have those 2 teams that have had a lot of success, been to the playoff? How does it feel to be having those 2 teams as finalists for you to decide where you're going to college?
It's actually crazy just to think about now, because I always put myself in a situation of myself, a younger version of me, just looking at this and just like, wow, like you did this. And just knowing as a young kid, what the offer is. Them kids on TV like earned it or whatever, but you don't really know how the process goes. So it's like you're always like, man, I want that to be me. And now just thinking that's going to be me. And to play for a school anywhere, like, close, any school that all my top 4 are like in the South. So, just playing for a school that I know I'll be supported at. That's crazy.
Yeah. And it's real. You know what I'm saying? It's real. And you're going to decide on Sunday. And, everybody's on pins and needles, Terrence. And obviously we're not, I'm not going to ask you where you're going. I'm not going to do that. It's something that you've earned the right to keep people in suspense and keep people guessing. How many people have just been trying to get like, come on, Terrence, just tell me, man. Just tell me. Has it been a lot or has it kind of been chill for you?
It's been a lot. It's a few people that will be like, I know you can't tell me where you're going, but whatever. And it's a lot of people that be like, just tell me. I'm not going to tell nobody.
No. And you shouldn't, man. You deserve it and you've earned it. That's funny. I know social media is crazy and having, I put that tweet out. You were coming to the show, man. My phone almost exploded. So I know how crazy it is, but kind of as we wrap up here, Terrence, I know you got to go, but I ask every recruit I have on here this, and regardless of where you choose, what is that school? What is that fan base? What is that team getting with Terrence Ferguson?
Oh, they're getting one of the hardest workers in the country, and just a great player with a dog mentality that's gonna come and try to lead freshman year, sophomore year, junior year. If I stay senior, however my college career goes, just try to lead in whatever aspect I can, make the team better. No selfish player, whatever position I'm needed at or anybody's needed at, I'm going to try to step in there and see if I can, or to the best of my ability, just a player that's going to put the team first and, do whatever to win.
That's a great answer. I told Kelvin Gilliam this, Terrence. Dog, if football doesn't work out, you may need to go into broadcasting a little bit, man. This is a little too easy for you, man. You're making this pretty easy on me. It's great to interview you, man. I know you got a ton of stuff going on. I know you got to get out of here, but what time are you announcing Sunday?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Will it be on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, Terrence, good luck. Good luck on your decision, man. I know it's kind of getting down to cutting time, and I know wherever you go, they're getting a heck of a player and a heck of a person. And shoot, I appreciate you for coming on, man, and good luck to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Guys, that was Terrence Ferguson. As you can tell, really, well-spoken, mild-mannered guy to be 6'4", 300 and maul people the way he does. Thought that was an interesting note about Florida State, talking about having to get them, them having to make up that ground, being about a year and a half behind, and really what they've done to get themselves back in it. I appreciate Terrence, telling us that. And again, you guys know as well as I do, I'm not going to ask the kid where he's going or put him in a position that ruins it for him, on the show for some clicks. If you're smart, you can read tea leaves. You got a pretty good idea. But I really appreciate Terrence coming on, and he's a guy that's going to be a really good player. I'm excited to see wherever he goes. So again, thank you for joining us on the special Saturday edition. I know we've had probably a lot of Georgia, Alabama, Florida State fans for the first time listen to us. Listen, man, we're an equal opportunity employer. Really appreciate you guys checking us out. Give us a follow on Twitter, Instagram at The Jboy Show. We're on YouTube. Just go to The Jboy Show on Facebook, all that good stuff. And appreciate y'all, and tell your friends about us. So again, remember, we're represented by IBN Sports, the Investor Brand Network, best PR team in the biz. Faison in the studio, whipping the wand up, working the magic, always does a great job for us. I appreciate him. And as usual, you guys are the real stars of the show. Really appreciate you guys. As always, it's been a special Saturday edition, little weekend recruit edition of the Jboy Show. And Jboy's going to bed.